What's up YouTube? I'm here to do my predictions for Edgar versus Swanson. Sorry I didn't do a prediction vid for Hunt versus Verdum, but that card was just depressing me. I wanted Hunt to win so bad, and I knew he wasn't because he only had like 4 weeks to prepare and he wasn't gonna be in good shape. So, sorry, but it was bumming me out. Alright, first fight on this card. We got Juan Luel Ping versus Du Ho Choi. I think Choi, he's fought better people, he's fought in the big organizations, and he's a really good striker with like good takedown defense and all that, and I think Choi is gonna win by knockout. Next we got Eve Edwards versus Akba Ariola. I'm really hoping Eves wins this one just because, if he loses he's probably gonna be out of the UFC, and I really like Eves. Yeah, I think Eves is gonna win. I think he's got the experience advantage. I think he's gonna win by submission. Next we got James Vick versus Nick Hean, and I think Hean's got a big advantage in the wrestling. I think his only problem is his conditioning. If he worked on that, I think he should win this fight because Vick doesn't have great conditioning either. I think Hean's gonna win this fight by decision. I think his wrestling is gonna edge him out every round. I think it'll be an exciting fight though. Luke Barnett versus Roger Navarez. I think Luke Barnett won his last fight. I think he got robbed in that decision. I felt he was moving. Neither guy did anything, but the other guy was just running away. Luke was trying to fight. The other guy just wasn't engaging him. I think Luke's one of the better prospects at middleweight, and I think he's gonna win this fight. I think he's gonna win either TKO or submission. However, if he wants, I think he's just the better fighter. Next we got Ruslan Magana versus Josh Copeland, and I just think Ruslan's, once again, he's just a much better striker, and I think he'll win by knockout. Probably first round because they're heavyweights. Main card: Matt Wyman versus Isaac Valak. This is where all these fights look really, really good on the main card. I think this depends on how much Matt Wyman still wants to fight, because I heard he was going to retire after that loss to TJ Grant. I think this might be, I hope he's going into this looking at like this is his last run, if that's how he feels, and he just, every fight is going to be like his best fight ever. I think the wrestling advantage is way too big. Isaac Valak isn't very good on the ground. I think Matt Wyman is going to be able to take it to the ground and win by rear naked choke, probably in the first round. Isaac Valak isn't very good at stuffing takedowns, and I think as long as Matt Wyman's chin isn't completely gone, which I don't think it is, he should be able to just get takedowns and win by submission. Next we got Joseph Benavidez versus Dustin Ortiz, and Joseph showed a lot of holes in his last fight. I think he caught with his face in the guillotine, but he was losing pretty much that whole fight, and I think if Dustin Ortiz can just fight the way that Timothy Elliott did, just more compact and not leave his neck out as far, he won't get choked out. So I got Dustin Ortiz by decision. I think it's a slight upset, but I think Dustin Ortiz is starting to find his groove and he's starting to win the big fights. Next we got Jared Rosholt versus Osinki Olinki. I got the Russian. I think Jared Rosholt is gonna turn this into a grappling fight, which is what Olinki wants. And I think, the Russian also has better hands, so I think, the Russian. I finished. Next we got Brad Pickett versus Chico Camus. To me, this fight's going to be like Brad Pickett's first fight at flyweight. He'll just use his better wrestling and take Chico down and control him and win by decision. I think this fight will be like Brad Pickett's debut at flyweight. It just won't be the most exciting fight, but I think Brad Pickett will dominate it. Next we got Bobby Green versus Edson Barboza. And I think Bobby Green's gonna win. I think he's got the speed to catch Barboza, and I don't think Bobby Green's ever been knocked out. Barboza's been knocked out a couple of times. They're both strikers. They're both guys who want to throw, and I think Bobby's gonna he's gonna have the speed to catch Edson, especially in the first round. So I think Bobby Green's gonna win by first round TKO. Next main event, we got Frankie Edgar versus Cub Swanson. This one's really hard, but I'm gonna pick Cub. I think Cub is just a little bit better. than Frankie everywhere. I think Frankie, wins a lot of fights by, outlasting people and, you know, just throwing a lot more, but I think Cub kind of fights like that, but Cub hasn't taken as much of a beating over his career. He's only lost a couple of times, and a lot of his losses, he didn't take a lot of damage. Like the other fight, he just got caught that double flying knee really early, and then like other fights just got caught in submission or held down. So I think Cub has less wear and tear on his body than Frankie does, and I think Cub can outlast Frankie. I think this is gonna be fight of the night, though. I think Cub's gonna win 48-47, and yeah. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.